Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dearest Mother, Love Ruthie. Ruth Smallshaw Ray's Letters to Her Mother, 1951, Part 59. This is the first part of the original publication, Smallshaw Family Memories Collection, or SFMC, number 32, published on January 1st, 1999. A letter from the editor of the SFMC, yours truly. Hi, everybody. Happy 1999. Well, this is another super terrific issue, and you all will really enjoy it, I'm sure, right? So Ruthie and John continued in their first year of marriage, both as busy as all get out. Work and school and now domestic responsibilities. Ruthie was preparing to get her Bachelor of Science degree and John his law degree. More and more, Ruthie had had enough of teaching and was ready to have a baby. And dear Mark would be arriving in November of 1952. Enjoy. All the best. Peter J. Ray. 1560 Luxor Road, East Cleveland, 18, Ohio. January 5th, 1951. Dear Mother, Daddy, and Bud. It was so good to get your letter and Bud's photograph while Connie was here. She'd mentioned most of the things, and it seemed to make it more real. Seemed hard to believe she'd seen you only a week before. It was nice to see Bud again. Thanks, dear, for the photograph. We like it the better. We like it better the longer we've had it, although at first found the pose hard to get used to. Would like to see the smiling one. Don't let a pout ruin the lines on your face, dear. His hair and hands look so nice, and the added weight looks so good. It's been so nice living with John's even temper and really sweet disposition. He's so calm and sincere that the world would be a better place if more people were like him. We were glad to have Connie visit us. She was a dear to take that long bus trip down. It was near the end of a very strenuous 2 weeks for us, so we were a little tired, and I'm afraid I didn't go to too much effort. We did enjoy our holidays, a nice time in Sandusky, and then Dick in for the weekend. We had Jer, Bruce, Ann, Wayne, Vince, Mary, and Ted and Evelyn over Saturday. All the girls disagreed with Ted's theory. All babies should be cesarean births. So we had a lively discussion that mushroomed. Sunday after church, we took the clay candle holders to Ted's to be fired. The vase was broken. Had a cocktail and dinner and television and canasta. Then we went to see the movie An American in Paris. Excellent. Dick had gone down to see John's new office and to the train Monday when Connie phoned she was coming. I had Dick paged at the station, and so he came back and stayed till New Year's. Unfortunately, Connie's bus arrived at 1:30 a.m. We went to Vince and Mary's for New Year's Eve and then met Connie, went to the Alhambra, home for a while, had some shrimp, and played canasta, and then took Dick to catch his train at 6 o'clock a.m. So it mixed up our sleep somewhat. Dick had to go home for New Year's as the family were going to Marion, but because Mrs. Ray had a cold, they didn't go anyway. Connie went to school with me Tuesday and left Tuesday night. Carol came over to see her before she left, and Carol just called now. She may come over tonight. Last night the men's club at church had a supper and asked me to help serve. There were about 250 men there, so quite a big place. After supper, Hank Greenberg spoke. My, he was good. John enjoyed it so much, too. Good dinner, too. I'm so thrilled about John. He won the Law Fraternity Gold Key for Scholarship, and he made over $300 last month. I'm so proud of him after our $44 start. We'd been willing to settle for $150 a month to start John on his law career, which is what most get to start. So I'm very proud of him. However, undoubtedly it will go down again, depending on the fees they take in. From John's office you can see Lake Erie. Boy! So glad the picture arrived okay and that you liked it. Sorry it doesn't go over the mantel, but hard to judge from here. I like John's shirt very much. I'm taking over some of his old ones for myself. Monday. We're on our way to the library, so must post this. Your note arrived today, and you'd mentioned the cup and saucer from Elsie. I'll write back and thank her. Sorry it was broken, but too risky to send glassware or china. We had the Stevens over yesterday for dinner, and I'm going to a baby shower Friday night for one of my kitty's mothers. Glad you had a nice anniversary and hope Connie phoned you. Yes, we got the cards too, and thanks. No duty at all. Yes, I could use a pale green bathroom mat. Very sweet of Grandma. John's grandparents sent us some chartreuse placemats and a box of pine soap. Very nice. Good night. Love, John and Ruth. Editor's note. This letter may be January 5th, 1952, rather than 1951, as it deals with John starting to practice law. Perhaps with the new year, Ruthie had not yet made the switch from 1951 to 1952. 1560 Luxor Road, East Cleveland, Ohio, January 23rd, 1951. Dear Mother, Daddy, and Bud. Hi, my dear family. How nice it is to be able to sit down and relax again and write to you. Your letters have been so very wonderful to get, and it made us extremely happy that the Christmas parcel was so well received. Thank you for the second parcel of glasses. They arrived in perfect condition, and it only made us sorry that you went to so much trouble, money, and postage. They were packed much more carefully. In spite of what they said about expertly packing the first parcel, I unwrapped the glasses myself, and the 4 that were broken had been wrapped 2 inside 2. The others were okay. Now we have 8 and no duty. There's always a 15-cent charge on postal parcels and a 50-cent charge on express parcels, but that was all, and thank you. Again, we've been having such a busy time, and it's so nice to be quiet again. I had one final exam last Wednesday and the other last night. I'm writing an exam at 10:30 p.m. Finishing it is certainly no fun, and I'm very much afraid that I did very poorly in both. Compared to what I knew when I began the course in American government, I have learned a lot, but compared to what I should know, it doesn't seem much. It'll be nice not to have classes for 2 weeks, although I may take an extra art course since John starts 5 nights a week, February 13th. I don't see how he does what he does. He can sleep for 20 minutes and be as refreshed as if he'd had a night's sleep, and then read for 2 or 3 more hours. Amazing. I'm so proud of him. He got a $52 a month raise, so now makes $5,600, and mine's $32.25. That plus his $200 bonus gives us about $9,000 a year, so we hope to be able to save some this spring. The stock market was fluctuating so badly that we decided to sell the stocks and are glad we did. Incidentally, he was the only one in his department that got a merit increase. This past weekend was especially busy. Saturday noon, Ann and Wayne Duff dropped in while they were in town. Wayne and John had planned to study, but Ann didn't feel well and told us the exciting news that she's going to have a baby in September. Well, we asked them to stay for lunch, and then Vera and Alex dropped in, and we asked them to stay too. Vera's baby is due in March. They all kidded me about being left out. It was fun seeing them. Just after they left, Mary called, baby in March, and in the afternoon, John's cousins, Harold and Marge, drove up from Marion, Ohio for the weekend, and Marge's baby comes in April. John says we're being surrounded and ought to do well babysitting. Dale writes that they're coming back to Cleveland, but that she too hopes to start a family next year. It was fun having Harold and Marge here. I cooked a ham with pineapple and strawberry shortcake. Saturday dinner and a pot roast. Sunday dinner and both meals turned out very well. I got a dark green bedspread for the bedroom and a gold-colored rug. Also got dark green traverse curtains for the kitchen with colored plate design. About television. John doesn't seem too interested, says he gets more enjoyment from reading and would rather see a good movie. They have movies over television and some good plays too, and I enjoyed it so much when babysitting. There are regular wrestling matches too, but you don't have to watch them. I imagine we'll get a TV set sometime, but we're too busy now. We go over to see Alex and Dearest, and also into the Landlords. All my kiddies have them at home and love it. I'm sure you'd enjoy it, although the programs aren't all what they might be. Yes, John and I saw King Solomon's Mines and thought the scenery and animals terrific. Glad Daddy's leg is okay. I dreamed one night his toe was off, and another night his finger was cut half off like mine was in the car accident. Hope he gets along okay with his leg. I wonder if I told you that the Christmas wrapping paper was from De Beckman, where John works. They also gave us a lovely box of year-around gift paper. His Christmas bonus was $250. You'll probably think that I'm too money-conscious, but as you know, and as Bud will find out if he marries soon, financial matters are a very big item in your family life and make a big difference to what you can or cannot do, and it's mighty nice to be solvent. We happen to be very lucky, but we also feel that we work for it too. School seems to be somewhat better lately. The supervisor was here from Columbus for a couple of days, and one day both the supervisor and principal were in my room. Upon remarking that I'd been married since we last saw each other, was my husband nice, and what do we plan to do next year? I said I'd like to have a baby. Why, you'd think I'd dropped a bomb. They both looked at me and their mouths fell open. I guess I wasn't supposed to say such a thing. "Why, you can't do that," they exclaimed. It was really very funny. John said, "What do you mean you can't?" Did you remember? It was our 5th-month wedding anniversary last Friday. It seems like we've been married for years. Very nice. Another good movie we saw with Alex and Vera was Toast of New Orleans, with Mario Lanzas and Katherine Grayson. Lovely singing. There is a senior class college dance Saturday night that we plan to take in. Thanks for your nice letters. Good night and God bless. Love, John and Ruth. 1560 Luxor Road, East Cleveland, Ohio, January 28, 1951. Dear Mother, Daddy, and Bud, by now you'll have my last letter, so we'll know that all is well with us and that the parcel arrived fine. The photographs, too, came last week, and we're very pleased with them. The only one that I don't like of me is the one with just John and I, and it seems a shame since that's the one that goes to the grandparents. However, we were glad that you got the sepia ones from the window. It would be nice to have one colored, too. What should I do about putting them in my album? Take them out of the frames or have some printed without frames? Is there a group one extra that we could send to Dick? We'd prefer the one with Carol beside him. We can send you the money for it. I'm sending a copy of the De Beckman Christmas card for this year, a little different from last year. This one is imperfect, though. We went to a very unusual movie last week, and hope you two see it. The next voice you hear will be God's. You may have heard about it. We thought it very outstanding. Unwittingly, we found ourselves in a double feature and saw Louisa too, also good and very good. We had tickets to the senior class dance down at the Allerton Hotel, but because of the double feature, only got there for the last bit of the dance, but still enjoyed it. We went to a different Episcopal church this morning. I think John still prefers the cathedral downtown. Friday was the end of the first school semester, so all the teachers went to Damon's for lunch. Very nice. I was glad to hear you mention that you still like your sectional, for I've often felt guilty for being so insistent upon it, a very bad fault of mine. I sometimes wish our sectional made into a bed so guests wouldn't have to sleep on an air mattress. But John still feels we did the right thing, and I too like it, of course. We do hope you'll be able to come to Cleveland in June. John's mother, too, asked at Christmas if we thought you'd come. She's remarked several times how charming she thinks you are and that you remind her of Edna St. Vincent Millay, who recently died. We think it would be so good for all three of you if Daddy bought a car and Bud drove you down. Good luck in your play. Would like to be able to see it. Give Doris my sympathies and hope she's out by now. Love, John and Ruth. 1560 Luxor Road, East Cleveland, 18, Ohio. February 18th, 1951. Dear Mother, Daddy, and Bud, 6 months ago today I was almost a nervous wreck. Feel much better about getting married now and wouldn't mind doing it all over again in the knowledge that it would all end so happily. Another 4 months and this university stint will be over too. Graduation will be June 13th. Thank you for the nice Valentine. Although I've given up candy for Lent, John gave me a big heart-shaped box of candy, so I'll save it for Easter. I made 2 heart-shaped chocolate cakes between school and parent-teachers meeting and iced them in pink after the meeting and before John got home from class. One for him and one for the kiddies. We also made Jell-O at school for a little party, some fun. We all had to put some water in, so we had it too watery and used another package of Jell-O. It didn't set too well, but they all ate it and said it was good. Cute kids. Ricky gave me a tiny heart-shaped box of chocolates that John thought was so cute. Got 2 B's for my courses, or did I tell you? Not wonderful, but glad they're over. Did I mention John still doesn't have his last exam's marks 6 weeks ago? And another final tomorrow. When you mentioned that George Martin had already had his picture in his cap and gown, did you like that idea of getting the picture before graduation? Because we've already had ours taken too, when they took the yearbook pictures, so if you'd like one sooner, let me know. I think a double one of John and I, both in our caps and gowns, would be nice too. I do wish you'd mail the wedding pictures to John's family. They're coming in next Sunday and we're all going to the flower show and then dinner here. Dave and Carol will come too. I've been crocheting booties for the babies, and Saturday week we'll have a small party for Mary here. It's beautiful weather again. The grass is green. What a contrast to the snow of a couple weeks ago. We drove home from church via the lake and lots of fishermen out fishing already. John isn't complaining about his 5-night-a-week classes stint, but I'm finding it tiring, although the weekends are a good rest. John's grandfather had his 81st birthday, and they had a big party for him. John's mother and dad were down and wrote about it for us. Did I mention that we got a blonde silver chest and also some china, square chocolate brown cups, saucers, and plates, Franciscan ware, hot chocolate. Looks nice with the gold Dearest, but quite a contrast to the fine white china we got from John's grandmother and the pearl-handled silver of his grandparents. Poor Ann Duff has been sick so much. She's used up all her sick leave and is on her vacation time now. Hope she gets her stomach settled soon. Thursday is a holiday for me. George Washington's birthday. Not for John, though. Wish we could have seen you in your play. Hi to Bud. What's the latest word? Love from John and Ruth. To be continued. Well, that concludes today's presentation. Good luck to you with your efforts in family history, if this interests you, finding, preserving, and sharing old letters, diaries, and photographs, and interviewing elderly relatives while they're alive. You might consider checking out our website, Adventures in History with Peter J. Ray at peterjray.com. So far, we've made 569 history videos in 7 areas. world history, American history, book reviews, poetic tours, Cleveland baseball, family history, and autobiography. You also might consider checking out our podcast, Adventures in History, which you can listen to on Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, and Radio Public. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.